What is up, everybody? Welcome aboard to our market recap. Before we begin, welcome aboard to the new adjusted, better production GAR Capital YouTube channel. Glad to be with you. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. I am, in fact, not in the stock exchange on a Monday holiday. Happy Martin Luther King Observance Day, everybody. Again, this is just a green screen, but I think it looks pretty neat. We also have our scrolling ticker. Some great news and information will be there as well. Hope you guys take a chance to read at that. This is GAR Capital. This is 2024. It's all about new and improving different things as we go along. Let's go and get started for our week recap, guys. We had a great week this week. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. All right. So, as you know, today is Martin Luther King Day. It is a Monday, January 15th, 2023. Glad to be with you, of course. Every week here on the YouTube channel, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any other cool things that we're going to show off here on our YouTube channel. Man, appreciate everybody. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. So, I really, really would appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and put in the ticker in the bottom, our results for the week. So, again, just in case you miss anything and you were looking back at the screen, here we are. Glad to be with you guys. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I can bring this up. Still working the kinks here, but all good. Let's go. Here we go. Here's our week this week. The next video that we'll be releasing here on the YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe, will be 2023, the year in review. What we did right, what we did wrong, and what we can do to improve and get better moving forward. And so far, 2024 has not disappointed. 5 for 5 this week. That's 100% win-loss. We wrote that at the bottom as well. Let me go ahead and take this ticker away. We'll hide this. Here we go. And here's our ticker. Let's go ahead and get this moving. So here we go. There's our option signals for the week, 5 for 5. I was going to try to move it across, but it looks like it's a lot better this week. So I'll just keep that at the bottom. Apple calls, 185 calls. We did those. We got 50%, got as high as 70%. We got those on the 8th. AMD, 145 calls. They soared in the money as high as 220%. United Airlines was a little bit of a longer expiry. The 45 calls for Feb 16. Again, that gained about 21%. I closed due to a 1 hour double top, the high being as 41%. And Tesla, 225 puts. We're going to go over that here in a second, hitting the money as high as 106%. Microsoft, 385 calls. That hit 50%. We closed ahead of CPI just to be safe and went as high as 200%. So again, right at the bottom on the bottom of the screen, you'll see what the gains are and what exactly we did. So let's go ahead and get started on that. We're going to go ahead and start with Apple. All right, so here was Apple. Played the 185 calls. And again, these closed in the money. So pretty good stuff, but everyone did close it. We got in on Monday. And the reason we played this trade, playing the bounce right here off the 100-day moving average. So let's go ahead and bring up Discord. Again, if you guys are interested in joining our Discord, the link will be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and bring up Apple here, the Apple trade. Apple, here we go. This is part of the watch list. Close off support on Friday above 182.50. We can play the 185 to 190 calls, according to Nick DiGiacomo, who's one of our teachers, masterclass teachers here at GAR Capital. Below 180, we can play the 175 puts. Preference is to the upside. Of course, we did that. So again, 182.50. That right there was the 100-day moving average, and we went ahead and played that bounce perfectly. So again, Apple was at a 30 RSI. We talked about that many times on the live market blog. Here, that is for everybody. Link will be in the description below as well. So again, great call on Apple. That got our ball rolling for the week. AMD closed off support last week above 141. We could play the 145 calls for the gap fill from 1-2. Not touching this one for short. So again, AMD. And this is the gap fill we were playing right here. 147. Played the bounce. 138 above the 20-day. We use our support here as 132.85. But again, excellent work. Got into 146. We had the 145 calls. That hit in the money. So excellent work there. UAL on United Airlines was a unusual options activity. We got into those on the 8th of January. So let's go ahead and bring up the 8th of January. I believe I have the dates correct. I did bring my calendar with me. The 8th was last Monday. So this Monday right here got that pop that we wanted, got the break above 42, 43. Let's go and bring up the analysis here on UAL. UAL, we spoke about this on the radio. So again, I do the radio as well. It's this channel here, GAR Trading Radio. This is only for premium and masterclass members only due to the fact that there is a limited number of seats. So basic and standalone investment club does not get that option. So again, just wanted to give you that heads up. Here's a couple of other things. I'm gonna go ahead and send this out to you guys here. Again, live market blog on the Discord. Wanted to let you guys know, of course. And then for those who are interested, here is the schedule for the futures holiday. So again, we are at a holiday. Don't get me wrong. It's MLK weekend or MLK Day, Observance Day, but the futures will be back open at 6. Futures just closed for the day. 19 down 19 on the Dow, flat on Nasdaq, and red on the S&P. Russell's up about 0.14%. So here we go. All right, so UAL, we spoke about this on the radio. Like I said, Feb 1645 calls had unusual volume of 13,000 in vol. We will use 4181 as our pivot point, which is the 100 DMA target of the 200 DMA of 45.47. There's a gap to fill at 47.28. Let's see it. Now we fell on the 12th. So you could see we did get out perfectly. Like I broke down here, hit possible 1 hour double top as high as 41%. We got out for 21%. Let's bring up that hourly. And again, we wanted to be careful. So here was exactly where we closed, right around 44 or so. We got as high as 44.68, and then Friday we collapsed. So perfect exit. That's exactly what I'm going to talk about in the 2023 recap video. Any other time we would have held for 40%. We did the right thing. And again, we're changing not much of the strategy, not much of the philosophy, but understanding that, you know what? Get your money out as quick as we can. That's what we want to do. Let's not hold out for hope either. Again, we're going to do everything correctly, take our time, update you guys as always. We want to minimize any kind of loss as possible. So, very, very important that you guys understand why we got out. Here's that top from about 3 Fridays ago. We were right around here on Wednesday. We went ahead and closed it out, and that's exactly what we wanted. I'm also going to show you another piece of data that's going to be very interesting to everybody. It's the drawdown data. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and get started. Tesla. Well, not started. Let's continue. Tesla, we went ahead and did the 225 puts. Carlos, are you crazy? Or what are you telling me? You're telling me that you don't like Elon no more? No. What I'm telling you guys is that you got to play the charts, and that's all it is. We went ahead and waited for that 50-day moving average to break, and we did catch that, thankfully, and it's just continued to slide. And kind of the level that we're looking for is right around 180, this downward channel here. Below the 200-day, Tesla has to prove to us now that we're willing to bounce above the 200-day. Until the 200-day is breached, that is your resistance from now on. So again, I still think Tesla gets below 180. Let's go ahead and throw in an RSI study here. And here you go. We're getting near oversold. So again, good exit. We went ahead and got 42%. Got hit as high as in the money at 106%. So excellent work to the team. And this was not an easy hold. I really want to drive this emphasis here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla. Tesla daily chart. We sliced the 50 DMA, downside gap to fill at 225.54. If you're watching at home, we filled that gap. 2 ways to trade this. We target the 230.73, the 200 DMA, take our profits and move on, or we hold for the gap fill of 225.54. We will let the market dictate. Volume at 14,790. Look at the time we were at 232.60. That's a big, big move, guys. All right. So again, this was not an easy hold. I had to go over constantly about Tesla. One little bit before UAL. UAL, I'm watching closely. Last thing we want is a double top for a pullback where we are up 23%. I do not like this 1 hour candle here. I think we pull back after a solid move on UAL. There's not much volume on our contracts today. Even with a 2% upside move, not ideal. That's why we got out. All right. So let's go ahead and show UAL one more time. I know I jumped into Tesla. Just bear with me. And you could see here on the hourly. Guys, 43.71 right here. That's where we got out. That was up here, team. 43. Well, let me get that again. Sorry. Now it is oversold in the 1 hour. That's fine. 43.71 is right here. That's where we got out, guys. Excellent. And then Friday just absolutely collapsed down to 39.72. That's what we do, team. That's what we do. Very, very important. And I want to go ahead and make this point very specific and clear to everybody. The fact is that anyone can send signals, and I understand that. We're not the only company on the block. We're not the only service out there. And there's also other brilliant minds in the stock market. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and say there's not some really smart individuals out there that kill it. I'm rooting for them. Obviously, I'm rooting for everyone to win. But the difference we here in GAR Capital is the fact that we let you know what we're doing. Things are live. Things are living and breathing. The market is living and breathing. Not easy to just make split decisions, type it up, let you guys know, explain. It takes a lot of time and precision to get this right. So again, this is a testament to our patience and our kind of our progressiveness and our evolution to something better. If you thought we were great in 2023, you ain't seen nothing yet in 2024. We are just getting started. I'm very excited for it. And again, one little thing that shows you the month of January has been extremely strong for us, and the market has been rather choppy. We'll go over that as well. The second thing, the YouTube. Look at the videos, the production. I know not the best, but again, we're working on it to improve. We want to add more value to our clients. And again, join us, team. Join us. That's where you're going to get everything. Make sure to join at least the live market blog. It is free for everybody. There's the info right there scrolling below. So UAL, perfect exit. 20% is 20%. I don't want a loss, and that's what we did. So let's go ahead and get out of this. Back to Tesla. Let's go and bring up the daily here. Tesla. And again, we had a gap to fill right here at 225.27. Bringing up Discord again. Let's go ahead and swap. Here we go. Again, Tesla 218.89. We're going back to this chart. Again, this was not an easy hold. 232 is where we were when we got in. And again, I had to keep updating everyone on Tesla. Here's a midday update from the 9th. Getting a bounce here on Tesla. We're still below the 50 DMA, so we're right here. And let's see how we close today. We're down 50% on that trade. We were down 50% on that trade. So again, Tesla did hit our target, rejected the 50-day. Support has now been resistance. Again, still updating everybody. Everyone was worried. It's okay. That downside of 225 is going to fill. It's just a matter of when. And you could see it right here. 225. This gap fill. That's the one. 225.60. And that's also the difference between Gus and GAR Capital and everyone else, guys. Again, updating you, keeping you guys informed on what's happening. We see it all throughout the day. We're staring at our screens all day to make sure that we give you the right exit points for premium and masterclass. Basic does not get exit points, obviously. But with that being said, it's not easy to just send signals and kind of defend your work. And, obviously anything can change, but we knew that Tesla was going to go, guys. You have to trust the process. You got to trust the team that has your back. So GAR Capital always has your back. We're going to give you those updates on the radio or on the watch list and charts on Discord. So give us some time, obviously, to update you guys as we get along, as so many things can change throughout the day. But the Tesla stuff, patience, guys. Patience pays. We're going to talk about that again regarding the drawdowns as well. Back to the charts. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here on Discord. And again, keep updating them. That's kind of where my thing is. Just keep updating them. Tesla's sitting right on the 100 weekly moving average, right at 234. After that, the next MA on the weekly is the 50 MA, which is 225.54. There's daily adaptive fill. It's going to fall, team. It's inevitable. It's all about time now. And that's what we got in terms of Tesla. The whole way down, we ran it. So what's next for the electric car company / technology company? I say 180. We are a little oversold. So again, the question is we may get a little bit of a relief bounce in the name. We're sitting right on the 200-week moving average. If that does break, 180 is definitely coming. That's a very major moving average, team. So again, take your time. We're going to keep Tesla on our watch list and see what we get. So watch this for everybody who's in. I'm in. Great. So 217.16 is the 100-week moving average. If we want to confirm the break, we can do 215.75. Gives us a little bit of leeway. Nothing crazy. Let's see how that lines up on the daily. Yeah, that sounds about right. If that does break, that's right at this November 13th candle to the lower end of the filled candle. So if we break that below, you know what? Probably to kind of confirm would probably be 212.45. And the reason I say that is if you bring up the weekly, that yellow line that we just marked is the support level that we had from back in April and back in October of 2022. We pulled back, obviously, sliced that, and then we finally got back to that place back in April of 2023, broke out of it, and it's been just really stuck in a channel, been stuck in a range, obviously. But again, if we can break below that, then we can hit this downward trend line here, which is really just this channel, one big channel here, right around 180. That would be probably the best place to see if we can go ahead and buy the dip on the stock because as we know with the stock market, things can get a little bit extreme one way or another. So that's kind of the deal. All right, back to it. So that's our watches for the week. We had one more trade for the week that we hit. Let me go ahead and send the reminder to everybody. There we go. Still talking about the signals for the week. Microsoft, we hit the 385 calls for Jan 19. That also hit in the money. We closed ahead of CPI. CPI was on Thursday. We got that pop and then we fell. So again, it was a great exit, except we could have got that first big spike in the morning and we could have got as high as 200%. It did bounce, but again, we did buy time for Jan 19th. I do have a runner running. It is triple digits at the moment. But I think what we did specifically of getting out before CPI, taking some of that position at 50%, I think that was smart across the board. I'm very proud that we did that. You're starting to notice a little bit of a change. Again, we don't need to go crazy on anything, guys. Take your time. Again, you see the bag there. 200% on Microsoft. Obviously, you could see that those runners going. Pulled back. Obviously, I held for too long, but let's see if we get to that bounce. Here's the spreadsheet again for everyone who wants to see on how we did. You could see that there. And of course, on your banner on the video, you could see what trades that we did. So well done to the team. I'm very excited for the month since we're 7 for 7 for the month, January, 100%. So again, I don't want to jinx that. We want to go ahead and kind of stick to the process, stick to what we're doing. And I'm very excited for it. So this is a good video. I mean, I still do videos with you guys, even if we don't have great weeks. And we've had them. So when we go over the year of 2023, the next video, you're going to see how things have gone up and down, left and right, but we stayed with it. We continued and we did well. And I'm still very proud of everybody and the work we've done as a team. But the work goes on, even on a holiday. It is a short week next week. We know the drill. Let's get back to it. All right, let's go ahead and start taking a look at the week. Forex Factory. Today is the 15th. We don't have anything really special. Let's go ahead and filter this down. I do have everything here. Tuesday, we have Empire State Manufacturing Index, not really a concern. Retail sales will be important, as we know. This will be the December retails number. Core retail sales, the expectation is 0.2%. Retail sales month over month, 0.4% is the expectation. Again, unemployment claims, we know that labor is strong. And University of Michigan consumer sentiment, that should be higher than expected just for the simple fact that gas prices have come down. And that's basically what it is. So when people really talk about consumer sentiment and everything like that, guys, understand that the biggest part of that is gas prices. Why do I say that? Other than the Dow Jones in the newspaper or on the phone, on your phone, a CNBC app, or whatever, there is no real indicator of an economy that you can see every day other than gas prices and the stock market. You're not going to get a ticker for your housing worth every day unless you literally check Zillow every day, fair, but the stock market and gas prices. So when stocks are higher, people feel better. They feel they're going to want to spend more. They're making more on their investments. That's fair. We also have those that drive a lot, of course. Now, again, with the advent of electric vehicles, maybe this is not as important as before, but perception is everything in terms of economics. It's all perception, as we know. Even raw data can be great. People think the world's hurting or, again, most economics is really personal economics, personal finance. So sure, just because the GDP number is high doesn't mean your neighbor's not going through it with credit card debt or not going through it where they just got laid off. So again, let's kind of keep a grain of salt there. Gas prices, stock market, if those two things are going well and people are feeling good about themselves, those are the two reasons why generally with these, University of Michigan consumer surveys, that's what you're going to get. Gas prices are down. I think we're at sub $3 on a couple of states around, obviously not California or anything like that. It's sub $3 here in Florida, as we know. But again, we're getting in the right path, but the question is, you know, is it enough to really jack up the inflation expectations? Is it going to make people feel better, spend more? We'll see that with retail sales as well. So we got a lot to look forward to. Obviously, back to it. Existing home sales will also be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to our Discord. And we're going to go to our earnings calendar. We post this every week as well. And here is the earnings for the week. We have Goldman Sachs on Tuesday. We don't have any risks toward them. So we're just going to be watching carefully in terms of options or anything like that. Taiwan Semiconductor. If anyone's trying to trade NVIDIA or AMD this week, Taiwan Semiconductor reports Thursday before the open. Have you noticed here? It's very focused on banks. So again, if you're someone that has any kind of these regional banks in your portfolio or you like trading them, this is a big week for you. Mostly for us, we trade mega cap stocks in terms of options. Why do we trade mega cap stocks and options? The reason we trade mega cap stock and options is volume. We want to buy something that we can sell very, very quickly. These are not investments. These are speculative trades. All we are doing is trading pieces of paper, guys. That's really the only thing you guys need to be remembering as you're doing this. So, while Discover, for example, may have a great quarter and maybe their options are nicely priced, the volume just isn't there. Out of all these names here that I'm seeing that maybe possibly I would look at for any kind of options would be Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, only because of the volume. So again, volume is extremely important when trading because it shows demand for these contracts so we can sell. And again, when the volume is higher, you get a nice tight spread, the difference between the ask, what you pay for, and the bid, what you sell for. So always buy at the ask, you always sell at the bid. So if those two numbers are spread out, meaning there's a lot more numbers in between them, between a 10 and a 5, for example, that's a 50% spread. That's money out of your pocket. So again, focus on what's moving. All you're doing, guys, is riding the wave. Remember that in options trading, you're riding the wave. Nothing more, nothing less. Sprinkle a little predictions here and there. Sure, technical analysis. But again, you can have all the technical analysis in the world, but if no one's buying your contract, it's meaningless. It doesn't matter if it's in the money. You can have an in the money contract and still be red. Remember that. So important. Volume, volume, volume. Let's get back to it. So there's your earnings releases for the week. We will see what we get out of those. We went over what's happening this week. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started with our 3 stocks to watch for the week. I'm going to go ahead and start with Tesla. I know, oversold. We talked about that. So let's get back to the daily. If we break below 212.45, yes, we need to be looking at puts at the 200 range to possibly the 180, 190 range or so. Kind of difficult, but again, you can see that was the August support that we bounced back in 2023. So again, if we slice that and we're below the 200-day, we're going to have to short. It'll be pricey, but keep an eye on it. The other option is use the 200-day moving average as resistance. So if we do bounce above right near 231, that's kind of the level that we want to short. We know that call volumes will go up. We know that premiums will be repriced, and we'll go ahead and see if we reject. And again, I do fully expect a kind of a snapback relief bounce on Tesla because they are at an oversold RSI, technically speaking. All right, let's see what else do we have on the board. We do have Amazon still open. We're waiting for the 158.14 to break. Once that does, we do have a gap to fill here at 163.24. This is the same gap fill that we talked about, or very similar gap fill that we had in terms of Tesla. And that took a little bit, guys. So you got to be patient with me. It goes both ways. Only issue we have moving forward is a small gap at 151.70. If we fill that, then there's going to be some trouble ahead as long as we stay above the 20-day moving average of 151.40 on Amazon. If we get above 158.14, I believe the 160s will gain some volume. That's what we got. So we'll see if we get that continuance. I fully expect that we do so. Apple, we played that bounce. We still have a gap to fill. Break me above 187.67, and then we can target 189.12, the 190 calls. Or if we want to shoot the moon for runners, you go ahead and do the 192.50s. There's a gap to fill there at 191. You got 2 options here, 187.67, like I said, or wait for that 50-day moving average to break. So the 187.67 level, to me, would be a little riskier, obviously, but rather close to the money, close to the strike. 189 breaks the 50-day, but you also have the 20-day there. So Apple is going to be a little tricky. We may have to catch that rather quickly. But again, step by step, as always, break above 187.67. I think we get continuation there. Palantir is another name that I'm watching as well. We're still waiting for 1715. That's the 20-day. If we do, 1750s would be next, up to 1818, which is the 50-day. So Tesla, Apple, Palantir is what I'm watching this week. 3 names. So to make sure to write that down, that is Palantir, Apple, and Tesla for the week. Futures are back open again on the holiday schedule at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh man, we got so much to go through. We had a pretty decent week in the market. Let's see if I can bring that up for y'all. Let's see here. I know I had it here. There we go. Let's go and bring up Koifin. It's one of my favorite free tools that we can use out there. Koifin is kind of like a Bloomberg terminal that is way cheaper. So, and again, it is free for everybody. So take a look at it. All right, nominalized performance. Let's go ahead and open it up here. IWM, NASDAQ, S&P, and the Dow. NASDAQ did gain the last 5 days, up 1.10%. S&P up 0.43%. The Dow down 0.24%. And IWM is down 1.78%. I know one of our top 10 of 2024. Not looking great right now, but that's where we are currently. Let's go over a couple of things as well. First trading day of January, OPEX, the Dow is up 19 the last 31, but down 7 the last 10, according to the Trading Almanac. And then as we swap it up, January OPEX week, OPEX is on Friday the 19th. The Dow is down 13 of the last 25, but up 9 of the last 13. So in conclusion, short day, short week, right? As we know, 4 days. Last year in 2023, we didn't do well in those short days, but we did end up New Year's excellent, undefeated, 2 for 2 on a short week. So we want to keep this momentum going. Again, the most important thing, guys, is take your time. We are just starting 2024. There's no need to chase every single thing that crosses our desk here or our charts. Step by step, keep the watch list, keep it locked on Discord, turn on notifications on YouTube. As always, more videos to come. This was absolutely a blast to do, guys. Thank you so much for your time. As always, thanks for watching our weekly recap. We're going to make it a great one this upcoming week. Let's continue this 9 in a row winning options trades. How wonderful. What more can I say other than let's keep it going, keep it continuing. In regards to my Dallas Cowboys yesterday, they got blown out yesterday, guys. I've been hearing it nonstop. It's just what it is. It's hell to be a Cowboys fan, but I'm a loyal guy, and that's what I do, is just sticking with my team forever. But I'm definitely muting any kind of sports post for maybe a week or so, and we'll see how it goes for next year. Get me a new coach. Jim Harbaugh, if you can watch this on YouTube, we'd love to have you in Dallas. But with that being said, guys, thanks again for your time. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on notifications. We will see you for the next video, and let's make it a great Tuesday tomorrow. I'll see you in the morning note. Let's make it a great week, team. Cheers.